is because most MAGA Republicans, they don't understand what fascism is. The reality is that they are, in fact, fascists themselves. Did I read that accurately?
Senator, I am happy to discuss my personal perspectives with you separately at any time. That's not the purpose of the hearing today.
Did I read that accurately?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. You think you're smarter than the American people, don't you?
Absolutely not, Senator. I am here to discuss the use of the military as part of this mass deportation.
You think you're more virtuous than the American people, don't you, General?
Okay, did you just see that? Because what you just watched is Senator John Kennedy doing what very few politicians have the guts to do anymore. Cutting straight through the noise and demanding real answers from people who clearly were not prepared to give them. Before we watch the full thing, let me say this. I don't care what side of the aisle you sit on. What Kennedy just did is exactly what a Senate hearing is supposed to look like. He walked in with receipts, his facts were lined up, and he was not letting anybody hide behind vague, rehearsed non-answers. The border? Chaotic by design. Legal immigrants being treated like chumps. Confirmed on the record. A retired general going on CNN calling the president a fascist, then showing up to a Senate hearing pretending he's a neutral expert. Kennedy caught that too. People are hungry for this kind of accountability, and this video deserves way more attention than it's getting. So we are going to watch the full video. I'll break it all down, and I want to know what you think in the comments. Too tough? Not tough enough? Let's have that conversation. If you're new here and this kind of commentary is what you're looking for, hit subscribe right now because we do this every time something this important drops. All right, watch closely.
Thanks, Senator Klobuchar. Senator Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Arthur, you are with the Center for Immigration Studies, is that right?
That's correct, Senator.
And that's a nonpartisan think tank, is it?
It is, sir.
Okay. The border is an open, bleeding wound, isn't it?
That's a fair way to characterize what's been going on for the last 4 years, sir.
The southern border is chaotic by design, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I've been covering the border for 3 decades, and yeah, it's pretty chaotic.
Would it be fair to say that the broken southern border is man-made?
It would be fair to say that, sir, based on policies that have been implemented.
And that man's name is Joe Biden, isn't it?
That would be a fair assessment, yes, Senator.
Under President Biden, if you wait in line for legal immigration, you're a chump, aren't you?
When you look at the benefits that have been given to people and the speed at which they've been released into the United States, I would be chagrined if I were waiting.
You're a chump, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
General,
Yes,
you
Senator.
believe in open borders, don't you?
I believe in the rule of law, sir.
Right. And it makes you angry that President Trump does not believe in open borders, doesn't it?
Senator, I'm not here to discuss immigration policy. I'm here to discuss whether or not we use the military to enforce it.
And it makes you angry that most Americans don't believe in open borders, doesn't it?
Not in the slightest, sir. Again, I am not here to discuss the immigration policy.
Yeah. Duty, honor, respect, you talked about that
Yes,
in
Senator.
your opening statement. On October 14th of this year, you went on CNN. I want to read you what you said, make sure I'm accurate. Here's what you said. President Trump is not like any sane leader. I'm very proud of General Milley for saying that President Trump is a total fascist. To Bob Woodward, if he, as chairman of the Joint Chiefs, is calling the president a fascist, I'm so proud of him for breaking that barrier. The challenge is because most MAGA Republicans, they don't understand what fascism is. The reality is that they are, in fact, fascists themselves. Did I read that accurately?
Senator, I am happy to discuss my personal perspectives with you separately at any time. That's not the purpose of the hearing today.
Did I read that accurately?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. You think you're smarter than the American people, don't you?
Absolutely not, Senator. I am here to discuss the use of the military as part of this mass deportation.
You think you're more virtuous than the American people, don't you, General?
Senator, I am insulted by your comment.
Duty, honor, and respect. You talked about that in your opening statement, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Moran said, I wrote down her words. She said, by their actions, you know what someone's character is like. You agree with that?
Senator, for 35 years, I served my country with absolute honor and distinction, and I will continue to do so.
You agree with what Ms. Moran said?
Of course.
Mr. Got a few minutes left.
23 seconds.
Well, actually, you let Ms. Klobuchar go well over, so I'm assuming you'll extend me the
I'll
same.
give you the
courtesy.
same minute I gave to her.
You gave it a minute 20. I timed it.
You're using.
I watched you
using
like a hawk, Dick. Mr. Melnick, Mr. Reichland Melnick, you believe in open borders too, don't you?
I do not, Mr. Kennedy.
Okay. On November 1st, 2022, you tweeted, both Texas and Louisiana have their knives out for black immigrants. Do you remember that tweet?
I don't, but it's quite possible.
What Texans, it's not only possible, it happened. You're not denying it, are you?
No, I'm saying, referring
What
to the
Texans?
context.
Who are
I
you
actually
talking
don't
to?
know the
Who
context.
are you talking to about who in Texas had their knives out for black immigrants?
Guessing the context, but my suspicion is
Give
that
me
it
a
has to
name.
do the
Give me a
Attorney
name.
General Ken Paxton and
Give
the
me a
Attorney
name.
General of
Give me a
Louisiana.
name.
I just did.
You don't have a name, do you?
I just said Ken Paxton.
You don't have a name, do you? You just said it, didn't you?
Just said Ken Paxton.
All right, how about Louisiana? You said Louisiana has its knives out for black immigrants. Who in Louisiana were you talking about?
Again, I'm not certain. That was 2 years ago, and as I'm sure you know, much has happened in the last 2 years.
Well, did you say it?
Again, I do not remember the context,
But you don't.
Senator
You
Kennedy.
said somebody had their knives out from Louisiana for black immigrants, but you don't know who they were. You just said it.
I said the Attorney General of Louisiana and Texas, and I believe this referred to specifically lawsuits brought and arguments that were made in court that the arrival of Haitians
I'm out
and
of time,
others
but I
were
want to get you
inherently
on the
dangerous,
record.
which was
You
not.
Thank you very much, Senator.
I believe
Appreciate
that the
your
Attorney
questions.
General at that time of Louisiana had his knives out for black immigrants. That's your testimony.
Given their
Thank you,
litigation
Senator Kennedy.
conduct, yes.
Senator Hirono.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Now that we've watched the whole thing, let me tell you exactly what I think. Senator Kennedy is one of the sharpest minds in that chamber, and this hearing proved it again. Every question he asked was deliberate and designed to expose something these witnesses clearly did not want exposed. Start with Arthur from the Center for Immigration Studies. Kennedy locked him in immediately. Is the border chaotic? Yes. Is it man-made? Yes. And is that man Joe Biden? Yes. 3 questions, 3 answers, and 4 years of policy disaster is now on the record. You can't walk that back. That's not opinion anymore. That's sworn testimony. Then there's the point about legal immigrants being treated like chumps. That one hit different, honestly. There are people all over the world who follow the rules, wait in line, do everything the right way, and then watch others bypass the entire system and collect benefits almost immediately. Kennedy put that frustration into plain language and Arthur confirmed it. That matters. Now the general. This is where it got really interesting. This man came in positioned as a neutral voice on military policy, and Kennedy simply reminded the room of who this person actually is. He went on CNN and called the sitting president a fascist. He praised General Milley for doing the same. He called millions of ordinary Americans fascists. Then he sat in that chair wanting to be treated like he was above politics entirely. Kennedy wasn't having it, and good. You don't get to go on national television and pour gasoline on the political divide and then show up to Congress hiding behind, "I'm just here to discuss military policy." If you're going to speak publicly, you own your words, and Kennedy made sure he did. The moment Kennedy pushed back on his speaking time also stood out to me. Small moment, but it tells you a lot. He is not intimidated, he is not going to be managed, and he won't sit quietly while the rules are applied unevenly. Then the Melnick exchange at the end about the tweet calling out Texas and Louisiana for having their knives out for black immigrants. If you're going to make a racially charged public accusation, you better be ready to back it up with names and facts. Melnick couldn't do it. He didn't even remember who he was talking about. Kennedy walked him right into that corner and left him there. My overall take is this. Kennedy represents something that feels like it's disappearing from politics, which is accountability without apology. He's not cruel, he's not chaotic, he's just prepared. And in a Senate hearing, preparation is one of the most powerful things you can bring. These witnesses came in expecting softballs. They got Senator Kennedy instead. If this video opened your eyes, share it, because these moments deserve to be seen. And if you disagree, drop it in the comments. I genuinely want to hear it. Until next time, stay informed, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.